Welcome to our exploration of climate gentrification, the unseen cost of safer neighborhoods. In this video, we will delve into the complex relationship between climate change and urban development, examining how efforts to create safer communities can sometimes lead to unintended consequences for vulnerable populations. From the origins of climate gentrification to its economic and social ramifications, we'll unpack the intricate layers of this pressing issue. Join us as we also highlight case studies like Miami's elevation divide and discuss strategies for promoting environmental justice and equitable urban planning for a sustainable future. 1. The genesis of climate gentrification. Climate gentrification is a relatively new concept, but its roots can be traced back to the rising concerns over climate change. As extreme weather events become more frequent and sea levels continue to rise, individuals and families are seeking safer grounds. Wealthier people, who have the means to relocate, are buying properties in areas perceived to be less vulnerable to climate threats. This movement is not just about seeking safety, it's about investment in future-proofing their lives and assets. This trend is particularly evident in coastal cities like Miami, where rising sea levels pose a significant threat. Higher elevation neighborhoods, which were historically less affluent, are now becoming hotbeds for real estate development. This change is not unlike a game of musical chairs, where the wealthier individuals secure the best seats while the less affluent are left to fend for themselves. It's a reshuffling of populations based on climate resilience. 2. Economic implications for local communities. The economic impact of climate gentrification on local communities is multifaceted. On one hand, the influx of wealthier residents can lead to economic revitalization, increased property values, and improved infrastructure. Local businesses may thrive due to the increased spending power of new residents. However, this economic boost comes with a downside. Long-time residents often find themselves priced out of their neighborhoods due to rising property taxes and living costs. Renters, in particular, are vulnerable to displacement as landlords hike rents to align with the new market rates. This displacement can lead to a loss of cultural identity and community cohesion, as the very soul of the neighborhood is altered. 3. The social fabric. A tapestry torn from the social dynamics of a neighborhood undergoing climate gentrification can be likened to a tapestry being slowly torn apart. As new residents move in, the established social networks and traditions face disruption. Long-standing community members may feel alienated as their neighborhoods transform into something unrecognizable. This change is not just about physical displacement, it's about the erosion of social capital. Community events, local traditions, and neighborhood ties are often casualties in the process. The sense of belonging and identity that residents once felt may diminish, leading to social fragmentation and tension between new and old residents. 4. Environmental justice. A growing concern. Climate gentrification raises significant concerns about environmental justice. It highlights the disparity between those who can afford to escape climate threats and those who cannot. Wealthier individuals can move to safer areas, while lower-income populations are often left in more vulnerable zones, facing the brunt of climate impacts. This disparity underscores the need for policies that address the inequities exacerbated by climate change. Ensuring that all communities have access to resources, information, and infrastructure to combat climate risks is crucial. Without such measures, the cycle of displacement and inequality will continue, further marginalizing already vulnerable populations. 5. Case study. Miami's elevation divide. Miami serves as a prime example of climate gentrification in action. The city is grappling with the realities of rising sea levels, and its higher elevation neighborhoods are becoming increasingly desirable. Little Haiti, a historically lower-income area, has seen a surge in property investments and development projects. This shift has resulted in significant changes for the community. Long-time residents face the threat of displacement as property values soar. The cultural and historical significance of the neighborhood is at risk of being overshadowed by new developments catering to wealthier individuals. The situation in Miami is a microcosm of a broader trend that could play out in other coastal cities around the world. 6. Strategies for mitigating climate gentrification. and mitigating the effects of climate gentrification requires a multifaceted approach. Governments and policymakers must prioritize affordable housing initiatives to ensure that existing residents are not displaced. Implementing zoning laws that protect vulnerable communities from aggressive development is also crucial. Community engagement is key. Involving residents in decision-making processes can empower them and ensure that their voices are heard. Providing education and resources to help communities adapt to climate risks can also play a significant role in reducing the impact of gentrification. 7. The role of urban planning in shaping the future. Urban planning can play a pivotal role in addressing climate gentrification. Planners must consider climate resilience in their designs, ensuring that all areas, not just affluent ones, are equipped to handle climate threats. Developing green infrastructure and enhancing public transportation can make cities more sustainable and equitable. Projects should aim to strengthen community ties rather than fracture them. By prioritizing inclusivity and sustainability, urban planners can help create cities that are resilient to both climate change and social displacement. 8. A call to action for an equitable future. Climate gentrification is a complex challenge that requires immediate attention. It is not just about the movement of people, it is about the movement of power and resources. Addressing this issue necessitates a collective effort from governments, communities, and individuals alike. By acknowledging the realities of climate gentrification and taking proactive steps, we can work towards a future where all communities have the opportunity to thrive, regardless of their socio-economic status. The unseen cost of safer neighborhoods need not be borne by the most vulnerable among us.